Welcome back to the Marine Corps Movie Minute, where we discuss movies of the Marine Corps 1 minute at a time. I'm Brian Lockhart.
And I'm Jack Perry.
We are breaking down Heartbreak Ridge. We have reached minute 68, and this minute begins with Gunny and his colonel chewing some dirt.
Chewing dirt, yep.
And the same dirt, too, which is really gross.
Yeah.
It ends with Gunny comforting a disappointed Major Powers.
Yeah, that's pretty
Accurate
observation. Yeah.
thank you. So the colonel last minute asked Gunny if they had ever served together, and Gunny was in the process of explaining to him where him and Sergeant Major Chuzu were in 2nd Battalion, 7th Marines, but as he was saying, Marines kind of cut off.
Right.
So it just it ends with 68. So basically, he was in the 7th Marine in 1968. So clearly Vietnam he's discussing.
Yep.
The colonel kind of gives a double take, almost like he something caught his attention with that. He said, I had a rifle company in 1st Battalion, 7th Marines. Gunny said, well, we sure as hell chew some of the same dirt. And then,
Yeah.
so now they're on the same page.
Yeah. They both. He understands his value. What he went through, and there's kind of a brotherhood in that. Those old war vets. That they understand. They speak a shorthand that a lot of people that weren't in those situations probably don't understand.
Yeah, and they're in the same boat. Now, the 7th Marine Regiment is an infantry regiment of the United States Marine Corps, and it is stationed in 29 Palms, California.
The shithole of the Marine Corps. I really don't know if there's a worse place that I ever went to.
They are, yeah, right.
I mean, I'm sorry, but even Lejeune wasn't as bad as the stumps.
The 7th Marine Division is nicknamed the Magnificent Seven, which is appropriate.
Yeah.
Of course, they've been at every climb and place basically, but they did do a lot in Vietnam. I'm not going to go through the list because there is quite a bit, but I did find that 1st Battalion. Well, I found this interesting about. So that was the 7th Marine, but they're attached to the 1st Marine Division. I was looking for 1968 specifically. So this said, now granted, Gunny was in one battalion, the colonel was in another. Now this is talking about the 1st Marine Division in general, but it said the 1st Marine Division units decisively defeated the enemy during the 1968 Tet Offensive. The division was involved in fierce fighting with both Viet Cong and the North Vietnamese Army elements. It successfully beat back and decimated every enemy assault in its area of operation, pursuing the enemy into its sanctuaries. It was during this period that the division received its 7th and 8th PUCs. So yeah, I mean, that's all that I could get for 1968 specifically. Basically, Tet Offensive. So I mean, I guess we can safely say that Gunny, Sergeant Major Chuzu, and this colonel were there during the Tet Offensive.
Yeah, probably with some of the worst fighting.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. And they were manhunters during this time. They went out there and they hunted the enemy.
Yeah, there was because there was also a well, this was 1965, so never mind.
No.
But yeah, so I just so that was interesting. So now the major wants to know what Gunny thinks of, what's his assessment of this situation, and we get the classic line, "It's a clusterfuck."
Yeah, that makes this minute magical.
Oh yeah, I mean, this right here is, I learned this word at this minute, and I used it multiple times since.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, so clusterfuck, a huge problem or situation.
Yeah.
A military term for an operation in which multiple things have gone wrong, related to snafu, situation normal, all fucked up, and foobar, fucked up beyond all repair or
recognition.
Recognition is the way I know it. Military term for a situation caused by too many inept officers, clusters.
Yep, cluster. That's the way I always interpret it. I knew what it meant, but I always looked at it like the cluster, like the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny because I never made that connection, and it's so obvious, like that. I just thought, cluster to referring to the insignia worn by majors and lieutenant colonels, oak leaf clusters. The planning for this operation was a complete clusterfuck. Oh yeah, geez, that's even more witty now.
Oh, it's beautiful. I love when he rolls it out though, man. And you just see.
Oh no, the panning to everybody's reaction to that. First off, the major's like, no, not the major. The colonel's like, wait, what? Did I just hear what you said?
I think the look on his face was like elaborate, like like as I'm following, but please tell me more.
No, he even says say again after they go through the list of everybody else's reactions. But it's it's funny because he's kind of like, wait, what? So the colonel's not quite sure what he just heard. So he's kind of like, did I just hear what you just said? Major Powers snaps like a. I said Major Powers is like if a kid like farted in church and he was like,
Yeah.
what did I like? What did you just say? That type of thing.
Yeah,
Chuzu just rolls his eyes up and smirks like, up there.
yeah.
That's
Here we go.
yeah, that's Tom for you.
Yeah.
Webster just kind of stares like, huh.
Oh no. He's like, oh no.
And
I
Lieutenant
get the ones
Ring,
that,
yeah, Lieutenant Ring goes bug-eyed.
yeah.
I think they should have just kept going with like more and more reactions to everybody. They should insert some like zany reactions from like,
Ponte,
yeah,
Swede.
just people from other movies
Spaghetti.
altogether.
Yeah. We- Give us the editing stuff. Let's make the tools work.
Yeah, let's put Mr. Roper. No, actually,
Yeah.
Mr. Furley.
That's right. You know what? You're absolutely right. It's Furley, not Roper. Roper was the main guy,
Yeah,
and
no,
Furley was the landlord. Yeah, the Don Knotts guy.
yeah, no. Furley would have been like zoinks. Like, yeah. So say again, Gunny.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey, well,
yeah.
his reaction is, Marines are fighting men. Now they shouldn't be sitting on their ass filling out request forms for equipment they should already have. And that, before the colonel immediately looks right at Major Powers because he knows what the hell he's referring to. And
Yeah,
he says, interesting observation. And he's like, carry on, Major.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then we get a shot of our nice recon platoon together, minus Aponte. They're just sitting on the bleachers, just waiting to get one word one way or another.
Yeah, you ever hear that phrase? Like the phrase, like, "Do you want some coffee with your cream?"
Yeah,
Okay, well, those bleachers are pretty much. Do you want some Marines with your Swede?
yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's a big man.
Oh yeah.
he's, he's he fills up like half of the shot, and the rest is like peppered around with his little. He's like they're like pilot fish swimming around a shark. Just they're there.
Well, he looks like when you're like on a baseball team or like a soccer team, and you take a picture and it's all the little kids with the coach.
Yeah, the coach. Yeah, this is what you look like when they feed and let you grow older and do a little exercise.
So while they're sitting there waiting, I noticed all the actors get to sit on the nice bleachers and not like laying on the ground like all the other in the
Yeah,
previous minutes, like real Marines probably would be.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, the most honest thing about this was that one shot from a minute or two ago where the Marines were laying like on like their Alice packs, like trying to
Oh
just
yeah.
catch a little nap. That's a pretty honest thing. Either that or standing in formation somewhere, just waiting for like 45 minutes.
Oh, I think for sure they totally would have like those, I mean, because those were real Marines and they were probably instructed, hey, we're going to help out with this movie. You're going out, do this, and they were probably like just like they would in any other operation, like, man, fuck this, I'm going to sit down and relax.
I need volunteers for a working party.
Right.
Oh, it's Friday night. You okay? You're gonna be voluntold.
Well, what we find out is this is an emergency deployment exercise. We are standing down. The emergency or whatever, the alert has been canceled. Damn it.
Yeah.
That's it. That was Major Powers' reaction to that. Damn it.
So eager to go to war.
Maybe next time, sir.
Yeah.
That was genuinely heartfelt, I think.
Yeah. Maybe next time.
I get the desire to like you joined the military for a reason a lot of times, and a
Hmm.
lot of people have a sense of pride and duty, and
Right.
but also there is a little bit of wanting to prove yourself.
Yeah. Especially in the Marine Corps.
Yeah, or be able. I mean, not people do it for like stories, but I mean, you want to be able to like I, I get teased all the time. When people say thank you for your service, and they're like, "What did you do?" You didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I,
You're absolutely right, but I didn't know that when I signed up, motherfucker.
and that's the thing. I had a buddy too. I told him one time that I was getting my balls busted over that, and he got so offended. He was like, "Nah, man, nah. You signed a blank check," because he was the same thing. He was in the same time as us. And we didn't didn't have any comment. No, you signed a blank check, and you did it. And look, man, it's all in good fun. They weren't being serious.
Yeah, yeah, real, real hatred when you hear it, or you're really talking shit. You kind of know, but being fucked with, yeah, yeah, we didn't know when we signed up if we were going to be peacetime Marines or wartime Marines or how long we were going to stay or whatever. And if we would have got called, we would have gone.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know, I raised my hand on when we were in Norway. You didn't go to Norway with us, did you? You went to? Did you go to Greece?
I went nowhere. I went to a 12-hour duty station every day for like a
That's
month,
right.
more than 30 days straight with no days off and no.
Uh, yeah, did that too.
Yep,
But
I
I
did.
mean, well, I those we, I don't suspect any of us would have not wanted to go. Now, granted, at the time, I was either going to get out or I was going to stay in. It ended up working out, I guess, because I didn't know Rachel. Sorry, everybody. My wife was girlfriend at the time was pregnant with our son, so there was a lot of things that were up in the air. Was I going to stay in? Was I going to get out? Your first term, I think it's pretty common. Most Marines are going to decide they're just going to get out. I would have stayed in, man. I loved it. I loved being in. And if we'd have gotten called, we would have gone. I would have gone
Yeah,
because not what 8 months later, 9/11 happened. So,
yeah, something like that.
but you sign. It's a gamble. So you decide if you're gonna, if what you want, if that because that's on the plate. You're gonna go or you're not gonna go.
Yeah,
So when they call you, you show.
I mean we didn't personally deploy, but we had people volunteer to go to Bosnia for a short stint. We had other people
Yep.
that were I don't know if they were told or they were or volunteered, maybe a little bit of both on depending on each individual that got on 6 month floats because they went out because they were doing patrols out. I mean, we were still dealing with Iraq. We were not in,
Oh yeah, we were still getting message traffic on that place.
yeah, we were not in active, combat with them, but that could have tipped off at any time.
Yeah, shit still was happening.
Yeah, so we were, and they said the whole stuff with Bosnia going on, and really everything else. I mean, there was a bunch of other just little things here and there. So we had our guys going, on floats because they were going on a ship that was going to go park off the coast of some country that doesn't like us. So
Yep,
I mean, that shit.
yep. Threat of force.
It's just we were fortunate that nothing as big as Desert Storm,
Yeah.
Afghanistan, Second Iraq War, all that stuff. None of that really ticked off. But we had units from our base over in Bosnia, so we were support for that base.
Hmm. Yeah.
I saw a stat. I wish I knew the exact stat. I took a class in Vietnam, and the guy who taught the Vietnam class was actually a supply guy. He would have been. He wasn't a dick like Major Powers. He was actually very goofy like Lieutenant Ring. But he was, he's a Vietnam vet, and but he was in supply. He was over in country. He showed us pictures of like his whole supply depot that he where he worked at. It was really cool. But he had a stat of like it was something like for every one combat soldier or marine or whatever, because he was a soldier,
Hmm.
it takes like 20 people to support like one.
Yeah.
It's some crazy thing like that, like just because all the things that you have to do just to support a fighting unit.
Beans, bullets, and band aids, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. And of course, we have to make ourselves feel important being pogues. So
Yeah.
we were cool pogues.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we used to do our skiff duties and stuff like that, and it
Yeah.
was a secure facility is what a skiff is.
Hmm.
And but and there's certain things that if maybe if the base ever was overrun, they had like this burn board or whatever. So it was like
Yeah.
it had a bucket, it had an axe, all this
Yeah.
stuff, so you could just destroy
Smash
whatever.
hard drives and yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just smash, burn anything that was important that you don't want falling into the wrong hands, that type of
Yep.
thing. And now, granted, we were in a relatively safe area, being in North Carolina, so we didn't have to
Yeah.
worry about it. But anyways, I'm saying a story my buddy told me one time about how somebody asked him if he was armed, and he said, "Well, no, we're not armed." And he said, "But I have an axe." And he goes, "Well, what are you going to do with the axe?" He goes, "I'm going to fucking axe anybody who comes in there." And he goes, and the guy's response was, "You got to be a pretty fucking sick motherfucker to axe somebody to death." Or something like that.
A
Yeah.
country motherfucker. Yeah, you hear the Marine theme playing as he's what was that character, Jack Valance, with the dad from The Shining.
Yeah, exactly.
Dun, 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 dun. He's just chopping arms off. I'm a patriot, motherfucker.
Dude, it's there to destroy equipment. No, it's there to destroy life.
It's all the same.
All right, I don't have much else for this minute based on that. What about you?
No, I got nothing, man. This is this is a minute. This right here, that word sold this entire project to me.
Yeah.
Clusterfuck. I'm like, oh, I've been waiting my whole life for this.
Yeah, so let's just wrap up the week on Friday for minute 69. I think this whole project we've done has been a clusterfuck.